Look, both of you guys in studio here with me nodded your heads when Brian said, they don't really have a choice. But I want to kind of get your perspective, as you both had to get ready for long seasons. As players, what are your thoughts on playing in these off-season tournaments? And Shanae, I want to start with you.
Yeah, as someone who's played overseas, and I'm currently trying to play for the Nigerian national team, I think the perspective is a lot of times you think, oh, it's so close to the season. To them, this is a huge point of pride.
Right.
This is even bigger than, quote unquote, like, the NBA per se, because this is just something about legacy. This is about, you were born this way, and then you are able to compete at a high level and just galvanize a country. So to them, it's bigger than your day-to-day job, which happens to be NBA that pays you multiples of millions. But the reality is, when I look at Giannis, I just love what he does. I mean, look at wherever he goes. You've seen on social media, all the Antetokounmpo brothers, how much fandom is there, and I think it's a good showing for them to compete. I would not necessarily be so worried about competing at this point, because a lot of players in the NBA are right now ratcheting up their workouts, getting ready for these training camps and these experiences together collectively as teams. This is a good tune-up. I think the important point here is you need to get some rest before the season starts, right? So finding some time to get some rest. I have no problem with playing games at this point. I mean, the WNBA is about to go straight into World Championships. No problem with playing games. I think making sure he's rested and is smart with his movements, because I bet you he still wants to play. Like, that's not even going to be a problem.
I think Shanae obviously hit it. It's just pride. And that's something you can't necessarily speak to unless you're a European player, and what it means to represent your country. And for Giannis to really get a chance, because obviously he's on the biggest stage in the NBA, gets to do his thing every single night. Rarely does he get a chance to really get hardcore minutes with his brother, representing his country and his family. So it's just a different kind of pride these guys have. So, Mark, like you said, teams don't really have a choice. You do hold your breath when these guys hit the ground. But also, as Shanae touched, I think all these guys, obviously Luka and Giannis and guys that are on these NBA teams, know coming closer to the season, or maybe might not even start training camp on time. They might realize that, hey, we had a hell of a run in the summer. We're in playoff shape already. Let's take a rest, these first, pick and choose your days off during training camp and maybe in the preseason. Because, like I said, they're ready to play regular season games as we speak.
I just want to piggyback just quickly, Shanae, a conversation we had in the newsroom. It's a difference between playing for your country and playing in, like, Pro-Ams or the Drew League.
Yes, very big difference. And I think here is like playing for your country. This is like the Olympics. Winning a gold medal is huge. Like, these are the steps in that process, and those are legacy moments. Now, when it comes to summertime and, picking Pro-Am games, like, I do think, after seeing Chet Holmgren's experience, people might be thinking twice about that. But I don't think anyone's thinking twice about international competitions where you have lifelong legacy at stake. And this is how you qualify to be able to win and achieve some of your biggest dreams.
But I don't even think people, not to cut you off, I don't even think people are second-guessing after seeing Chet. I mean, you can get injured at any single time.
It's
and
true.
Obviously, maybe the last handful of years, injuries have just been on the rise. But at the end, I remember playing, you really played during the summertime. And back in the league, we really used to practice, too. So, I mean, obviously, there's so much on load management now and being careful. But guys want to play, and it's going to be hard for teams to stop.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN Plus right now.